your passion. Oh, this video is called Profiting Off Your Passion. I was inspired to do this and just wanted to share my story with passion and help people out. Hello there. Did I start my Google Hangout? Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I did. Yeah, we're doing that now. Jesse Starr, Illustrious Blaze, Dr. James Dickey, Pepe D. Holton, 123, Cristofori. I think I'm catching everyone. Yeah. So this was an unexpected Periscope I've been doing, and Two Gloves 69. 69? It was unexpected, but I did it off inspiration because I see it time and time again where people are unsure what they're passionate about. Can anyone agree with that? You ever feel like, I don't know what I love. I don't know if I should do what I love or should I do something, or to make profit off of it. And sometimes it becomes an either or game. It becomes like, I don't know what I should do, if I should go for the money or do what I love. So there's been many things that I've been passionate about. And I'm very passionate about coaching and obviously doing Periscope now that I'm here the second time. And I just love getting in front of people and speaking my mind and speaking my thoughts. This is something that I'm passionate about. And I noticed that it was involved with all my hobbies in the past. So I'm going to go into a little personal experience. And I'm also going to give you some insights on how I feel you can check in and find your passion as well. And that's how I'm going to take it. So, Stickschmidt, the color purple, yellow hearts. So this program is not good for people who have ADD. There's too much shit going on. So the things that I loved doing as a kid was, this is where to help you find your passion. The things I loved doing as a kid was creating stuff. Like I used to create like my own comic books or my own comic strips. I used to make my own drawings and kind of I just love creating stuff. And I noticed there was this creative spark within me. And throughout high school, throughout being a young adult, I noticed I would go into things that had to do with writing. I used to produce music. I used to rap. I used to mix down beats early on through like late high school and early in my 20s. And then that manifested into doing videos like these, but it was more of a comedy type thing. So I would do comedy videos. I would do stand-up comedy. And I also would go on some rants too. So it kind of evolved into like doing rants and speaking my mind. And what that all evolved into is the coaching that I do now. And what I've noticed from things I did that I wasn't passionate in. So there were times I would chase the money as well. So there was times where I got into real estate investing for like 2 years. And as soon as I started becoming more successful and getting momentum there, I said, wait a minute, this isn't what I like. This is what I love doing. I'm like caught up. I see myself getting caught up just doing there wasn't a lot of room for creativity in that. I saw myself caught up in doing direct mail and letters like that, and it always ended up being a little bland. I didn't feel like I had enough space to put my own creative edge on it. So that was sort of like the downfall on that. Like I worked real hard at it, and then I realized I felt empty, and I felt like I had to walk around like the world is looking at me, and I had to be politically correct and things of that nature. So I couldn't express truly who I was. And honestly, I wasn't really passionate about a lot of the stuff I was doing, like sending letters and even the cold calling. Like I built a system for myself in my business now where the sales calls are fun, the marketing is fun. But back then, it just seemed dry. It's like I had to play as another persona, as a professional, to appease to an older audience, because a lot of my I guess clients, or the people selling their homes, were an older crowd that I had to kind of strategize and seem more politically correct and professional. And that's how I felt. Who knows? I might have been, maybe that was just something in my own mind, but that was my experience. But what I noticed when I got into coaching, a lot of the things I loved involved like copywriting, marketing, writing blog posts, speaking my mind. So still having the freedom and the outlet to speak my mind on social media, that's a big plus for me, that really felt that was my passion. And when I really dug deep into this, and what I did was I actually talked to somebody who helped me really dig deep into more of a spiritual sense of what I was meant to do. And I was really on the right track, but I made a few tweaks to go from to the spiritual smartass brand, and I became more and more of my message. So what I saw was like I was very strong in fifth chakra energy, which is your voice, the ability to speak on your soapbox. I was very strong in the sixth and seventh. A lot of that has to do with creation. And creating new content. So that's something that I enjoy doing. So my thing is to bring this to you is I've done a lot of things that I'm passionate about, a lot of things that fit in my passion. So I think a lot of people really overcomplicate the process of finding their passion. What's up, Scott? So a lot of people overcomplicate this process, thinking they had to find that perfect niche. They had to find something that's perfect for them, when we could easily simplify it. So I'm going to leave you with a few tools that you can use to really kind of get a sense of what your passion is, so you're not operating in the energy of confusion, of wondering like, is this the right thing for me to do? So one thing is really look back on the things that you did as a child, because that's before the social conditioning. That's before people told you to do things that you have to do this, or you had to do this to make money. That's before, maybe some adults told you that, you can't follow your dreams and be profitable, or you either had to follow your dreams and be a starving artist or be profitable. So go before that and kind of look at your hobbies and really keep an open mind to it. So maybe you liked singing, maybe you liked drawing, maybe you liked, something of that nature. And then look at the things that you do now currently, some of the hobbies that you do now where you just lose track of time. So maybe, there are things that you can just, that energizes you, that doesn't really drag you down, that makes you feel alive. So really, you're just going internally in your feelings instead of asking the outer world, like, what am I allowed to do? You're allowed to do anything you want. And the thing is, there's so much creative ways that you can make money as long as you're providing value for somebody else. So to think that a creative thing that you're doing isn't going to profit, then you're limiting yourself. And that's what limited me when I was into real estate. I thought like, oh, well, this is where the money's at. So that's why I got into real estate investing without, understanding like I hated the whole process. And the whole process was kind of foreign to me too. So really look at it, and still you want to do it in a practical way to where you are providing value. Of course, if you want to be a musician and you don't have a system in place where you market and sell it and make a profit in your business, then it's going to be a lost cause. That's kind of like the difference between a starving artist and an artist that's thriving. If you're going to be an artist and put your stuff out there, then you had to find a way to fill a gap in the marketplace, help someone that may be going through pain, help someone better their life. And let me know if you guys are seeing this streaming well, because I know I've had some problems in the past, and I hope it's not happening again. So, yeah. So, yeah. Blue hearts, green hearts. So, and let me know if you have any questions too about your passion, or if you need some clarity. But yeah, it's really something internal that you check in internally, and then you don't let anyone try to misguide you, because there's so many people out there who are going to try to tell you that you're doing the wrong thing, and deep down inside, if it's right or wrong. Another barrier that I had was I started out as a dating coach, and I had a calling to move that forward, to expand into different things and to expand into being the spiritual smartass. And it's almost like I needed permission to do that. And that tied up my energy for a long time. So I could have just listened to myself in the first place and make the process a lot quicker. But it took a little while for me to understand that, because so much in the market, it says narrow down your niche like to a fine point. And I noticed I was different, where I could just create and create and create different stuff over and over again. And really what I needed was to be able to create, but have a little scaffolding, have a little bit of structure to make that, to narrow it down a bit. So the key takeaways of this is really, I do want to kind of go over your zone of excellence and zone of genius. So your zone of excellence is something that you do good, that you do well, but you don't like. Your zone of genius is something that you do well, and that's even more profitable than your zone of excellence, but you love it and you enjoy it. You enjoy every moment of it. So that's the difference there. And really, my thing is to live fully in my zone of genius as much as possible and expand that more and more every day. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got around passion. If you have any questions before I shut this off, let me know. Just wanted to share my story around it and what I think about it. And if you need more clarity, feel free to message me too, and let me know if you're having you're still having some questions around that. I wanted to cover kind of a basis to help you better find out what your passion is, but there could have been stuff that I missed out. There could have been stuff that's going on in your head that you need answered. So let me know that. And thank you for tuning in. This is Brandon Marshall Havener, the Spiritual Smartass.